you draw an historic club like Pumas and you realize the history that they bring. They date back, I think, to like 1954. They play in one of the most famous stadiums in the world in sport. And I think it's really important to note one of the ethoses of our club since we started was adapt and overcome. And that is certainly something that we're not naive to as we go and face this historic club. And but we're up for the battle. We like to punch above our weight division, and we know that we're in tough. It is dramatically wonderful. We choose to focus on the opportunity that presents itself to, because we understand the reality we're not playing. So we're not going to cry in the milk and coulda, shoulda, woulda. We're going to focus on what we have at hand. We're going to focus on it's going to be a big exercise to go into the Olympic Stadium in Mexico City, a couple thousand feet higher than our own stadium even is, and take on one of the giants of Mexican professional soccer. That said, for those of you that maybe are of my era, that Olympic Stadium has been pretty good to Canadians in the past. As I recall, we won an Olympic gold in our other sport, show jumping, in 1968 there. So, we're gonna look at this as an opportunity. I feel that the fans who understand the amount of due diligence we've looked at options will understand our decision and recognize that that it's not in the club's best interest in February in Calgary to be hosting a game at Atco Field. People may think that they see infrastructure and whatnot, but the infrastructure to support this has to be approved Concacaf, and that comes down to field conditions and lockers and lighting and all sorts of things, and then venue availability. And we understood well in advance of yesterday's draw that we needed to look at all of the options, and we've exhausted those opportunities by speaking with the people at Commonwealth Stadium, understanding the installation process at McMahon Stadium, understanding the realities of playing on real grass at Atco Field in February, and then you sort of work your way out in concentric circles, east to west. It'd be nice to be able to consider going south, but under the current CONCACAF rules, you have to make best efforts to play in your own country. So all of those things have been looked at, and that's where we then had to determine, now that we have some options, how the draw went, who's playing whom and where, and then we'll come forward with our decision on hosting, as I said, hopefully by Friday.